Hello and welcome to this quick video about RapidMiner's collaboration capabilities. Any data science project involves a team of people ranging from data analysts, data visualization experts, data scientists to work together and collaborate for solving real business problems. RapidMiner's platform with its server product provides very easy and efficient ways for these teams to coexist and collaborate on a single platform, thereby driving productivity and efficiency. The video will walk through a simple example of how different parties can work with each other effectively. For example, we have a workflow here where we are going to build a customer 360 dataset where we are getting data from Salesforce. We are also getting data from support systems, and also our consulting team happens to use Excel. So we are going to read data from a CSV file or Excel file and then combine all of this data to create a customer 360-degree view. I'm also getting some third-party data from Amazon regarding the market conditions and particular profiles of my customers so that I can understand in a bigger picture how everything will work out. As you see here, I've built this workflow and I'm getting from various sources the data set that I need for my work here. One of the things that RapidMiner provides is your connections to your databases can all be managed centrally. So if I go to my connections dialog here, I have the ability to use connections that are not only defined locally on my machine, but I could also rely on connections that are defined by admins in a central location and are available to the server infrastructure. The same exists for our database connections. I could go ahead and look at connections that are available locally as well as connections that are coming from other servers. By doing this, we are allowing central admins to define username, passwords, and not having to share them across our user base. All of these operators that rely on different connections then have the ability to pick one of those predefined connections to work with that. Now, after a few minutes, when I build this workflow, I want to deliver these results to my dashboard builders, my data scientists. To do that, all I have to really do is save the workflow in one of the folders by right clicking and saving it as customer 360 data. That's the workflow name. What I've done here is now made it possible for other users to reuse the logic, the combination of different data sets that need to be available for my customer 360 view. So for example, if my dashboard builders need to get customer 360 data, they need not know where it is coming from. All they really need to know is they can rely on this process, drag it in their workflow, and then build their solutions using that. So at this point, if their goal is to write this out to a Tableau dashboard and the other data set to a ClickView dashboard, all they have to do is find the right set of operators and build additional steps beyond what was initially created in the previous workflow. You'll also notice that when I execute a previously created workflow, I can pass inputs, outputs, as well as macros. So you can control the execution, you can control the data set that is actually used in the customer 360 data, parameterize that entire workflow. But that's just the dashboard builders. The same thing can be done by my modeling users. So if my data scientist wants to build, let's say, a customer churn model, they can get the customer 360 data, but maybe they don't want to use the second data set. All they care about is the first one. They can go ahead and delete the second connection. And then maybe let's say they want to build a simple decision tree. Now, as part of this exercise, maybe they realize that the data that's coming from your customer 360 workflow and the data that's needed for a decision tree are not in the same format. And they probably need to do a bunch of data prep steps in here. So with RapidMiner, what they can easily do is add those steps. So for example, let's say I need to filter out certain rows, or maybe I need to take care of few duplicate values. I could go ahead and keep adding those steps. Now, as a data scientist, I know some of these steps are going to be repeated across a variety of different projects that I do. So the other nice thing we could do here is select the series of steps that I tend to reuse. I'll move them into a new sub process, thereby hiding the complexity under one block. But then I could also save this as a building block. So by doing this, let's say I say my decision tree data prep steps. I have created a building block that is now reusable. So tomorrow, if I'm going to work on a new problem, but I need to do similar data preparatory steps, all I have to do is right click, insert building block, and select the block that I want to use for this workflow. You'll notice inside these are the steps that are created in the initial when we saved it, and now they're all available under one click. All of the users can then save their workflows in appropriate locations as desired. So my data scientist can store their workflows here, but we obviously want to ensure that people do not step over each other. So RapidMiner provides the ability to control access to individual folders as well as workflows within that. So for example, if I go to my all data providers folder and I go to the access rights option, I can say my data analyst team can do everything, but my data science team can only read so that they can see what's going on and they can execute, but they cannot write over it. You could do this at every folder level, or you could do it at the top level and the permissions are propagated down the chain. You could also do this at an individual item level. So I have the ability to grant permissions to specific workflows. So while I'm working, I may want to hide certain workflows so that they're not used by other users. So to summarize, RapidMiner provides the ability to use shared connections that are defined by central admins on central servers. It lets you provide a workspace for your different teams to collaborate. It lets you reuse workflows that are built by different teams. And it lets you control access to who gets to do what, thereby providing a easy, efficient way for your teams to coexist in the same platform and deliver solutions faster than any other platform out there. Hopefully this video is helpful. Leave your comments for questions and feedback. Thank you.